Hello everybody, today we're going to learn how to use the SGINVESTORS.io tool to be able to obtain qualitative information on a STI blue chip. Alright, so first we are going to go to SGINVESTORS.io, and this will allow us to get into a portal that basically contains the brokerage reports on all the important stocks in Singapore. And this is a very, very useful website where we could obtain the latest reports on the companies that we are interested in. All right. And what we are going to do now is that we're going to do a demonstration that will allow us to obtain information on this particular SGX stock known as venture manufacturing. So let's go to SGX stocks. Let's get ourselves to V, and you will be able to find the stock that we're interested in, that is Venture Corporation Limited. All right, so we click Venture Corporation Limited and we will come to this page. All right, now for the purposes of the ERM program, the first area that we would like to get into is to look for what analysts are talking about when it comes to this particular counter. So we click Analyst Say, and you will basically come to a menu that contains all the latest analyst reports on this particular counter. And what is particularly interesting is that with regards to Venture Corporation, there is a July the 1st article, but as you can see, this analyst report that's published by Philips Securities, it's generic, so it talks about a Singapore strategy. It is not a document that specifically talks about Venture Corporation. So instead, what we will do is that we would look at the reports that were published by DBS on the 11th of May that specifically talks about Venture Corporation. If you are trying to study Venture Corporation as a counter, it would be wise to divide the work up between different people in your group, and for each person, go through each of these analyst reports one by one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the report that is first on the list by DBS Research. And what SGInvestors.io is that they will conveniently attempt to summarize the write-up for the company based on these target points. All right. Now, for the purposes of our program, we're not really interested in a summary. We want to go into the PDF that contains the actual report from DBS Research. So what you need to do is that you need to scroll down, click on to continue reading, scroll down again until you find this button that says click to view the full report. Okay, and you click on it, and what would happen is that you will be able to see the actual PDF that contains what is written by the analyst. Okay, so on 11th of March 2020, DBS Group Research, okay, has some useful information that we will extract in our program. And one of these pieces of information is a target price. And as you can see, the target price based on this report is about 1590. Okay, 1590. Okay, and as you scroll down, all right, we want information on the dividend yield that we could expect if we were to hold on to the stock for the next 1 year. So it is still 2020. So you go under the net dividend yield field, and you can find that the analyst projection for 2020 and 2021 is 4.4%. So this is the forward yield that we are basically looking for. All right. Now, once you have extracted the pertinent information that we want from our exercise, the only thing left to do would be to basically read through this analyst report and figure out what are the strengths and weaknesses of investing in a company like Venture Corporation. All right, and straight away you will see that the picture is not particularly good. It had a very weak first quarter in 2020. Okay, but there are some positives, right? Like a stronger cash position. Okay, the full resumption of production at the end of the COVID lockdowns, and there is a possibility that it might be a beneficiary of realignment in the global supply chain. Make sure that members of the team read different analyst reports and have an internal discussion as to whether venture corporation has a place in your particular portfolio. All right. The debate could go either way. Keep an open mind, but importantly, at the end of the discussion, come up with a decision whether to buy or not to buy the counter. That's all I have for sginvestors.io. Thank you very much.